What's going on, guys? Welcome on back. It is Saturday, April 26th. We have a 17-game MLB schedule on tap for today. Real quick, a recap of yesterday, our Friday. We went 9-4 on our moneyline / spread picks. We went 10-3 on our over-unders. Of course, yesterday 13 games were played only because of the 2 rainouts. Real quick, if you are new to this channel, we love to play our dollar bets, our dollar parlays. So don't forget, at the end of the video, we have our 2. One is our hitting props parlay. One is our pitching props parlay. They're both 5 legs each. But we also love to play individual game parlays. So every time you see a game on the screen with the spread / moneyline pick, the over-under, the 2 hitting props, and remember, the 2 hitting props is always 2 total bases that we play. The pitching props. Also, on the screen, I post the home run pick of the day for that game. I do not play the home run pick in the parlay. I just take that hitter to have 2 total bases. Look, guys, I appreciate you guys. All of that being said, 17 games on tap for today. Tons of money to be made. Do not forget the dollar parlay plays of the day at the end of the video. Well, all of that being said, guys, let's jump into it. All right, our first game of the day is the Toronto Blue Jays in New York taking on the Yankees. The Yankees, Devin Williams, blew this game in the 9th. This is one of our losses yesterday. And today we're going back to the Yankees on the money line. We're playing the Yankees at home on the money line. Game total is set at 9, and we like the under in this one. Under 9 total points. Then we look at our hitting props. 2 total bases. We're taking Springer of the Toronto Blue Jays. We're taking Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. Then we look at our pitching props for this game, and we're going with the 2 overs. We're going with Guzman of the Toronto Blue Jays to go over 5.5 strikeouts. And we're going Fried of the New York Yankees to go over 4.5 Ks today. All right after that, we got the Boston Red Sox in Cleveland taking on the Guardians. This was the game. This is one of the games that was rained out yesterday. Today we're playing Cleveland on the money line. This is the 1 o'clock game. Cleveland on the money line. The game total set at 8.5, and we like the under in this one. Under 8.5 total points. We look at the hitter props. 2 total bases. We're taking 2 Guardians in this one. We're taking Manzardo as well as Kwan. Then we look at the pitching props, and we're playing 2 unders here. We're playing Hokic of the Boston Red Sox to go under 4.5 Ks. We're taking Lively of the Guardians under 4.5 strikeouts as well. Moving along, this is the second game that was rained out yesterday. The Baltimore Orioles in Detroit taking on the Tigers. And here at the 1 o'clock game, we're playing Detroit to cover the 1.5 point spread as they are favored at home today. The game total is set at 8.5, and we like the under in this one as well. Under 8.5 total points. On to the hitting props. 2 total bases. We're playing 2 Tigers here. We're taking Torkelson as well as Carpenter. Next to the pitching props. Young, starting pitcher, Baltimore Orioles. We're playing his under 3.5 strikeouts. Mize of the Detroit Tigers, we're playing his over 4.5 Ks here. Moving along, we got the Angels in Minnesota taking on the Twins. The Twins offense, the bats showed up yesterday. And today, the Angels are favored on the road. And we are playing Minnesota plus the 1.5 points. The game total is set at 8, and we like over 8 total points here. Onto our hitting props. We're taking Mike Trout of the Angels as well as Adele of the Angels to both have 2 total bases. Moving on to our pitching props. And we're taking Kikuchi of the Los Angeles Angels to go over 5.5 strikeouts. And we're playing Richardson of the Minnesota Twins to go under 4.5 Ks today. Continuing along, the Milwaukee Brewers in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. This was a closely played game. St. Louis won the first one yesterday. And we're taking St. Louis again today on the money line. The game total is set at 7.5, and we like the under again today. For our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're taking Donovan as well as Nootbaar of the Cardinals. Now looking at our pitching props, we're taking 2 overs here. We're taking Priester of the Brewers to go over 3.5 Ks. We're taking Gray of the Cardinals to go over 5.5 strikeouts in this one. Alrighty, on after that, We got the Cincinnati Reds in Colorado taking on the Rockies. We said yesterday that it would be a slugfest. We played Cincinnati. Today we're playing Cincinnati as they're favored to cover the 1.5 points here. We're playing Cincinnati plus the points. For the game total, we're playing under 10.5 total runs. Green is on the mount for Cincinnati today. I do not see them getting to green the way they got to Abbott yesterday. For our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're playing Cruz, Ellie De La Cruz of the Cincinnati Reds, and we're playing Goodman of the Colorado Rockies to both have 2 total bases. Onto the pitching props, and we're playing 2 overs in this one. We're taking Green of the Cincinnati Reds to go over 7.5 strikeouts. We're playing Senzatella of the Colorado Rockies to go over 2.5 Ks today. On after that, we got the New York Mets in D.C. taking on the Washington Nationals. We played Washington yesterday. Today, we are playing the Mets to cover the 1.5 points as they're favored in this one. The game total is set at 9.5, and we like the under today. Under 9.5 total points. On to our hitting props, 2 total bases, and we're taking 2 Mets. We're taking Pete Alonso as well as Francisco Lindor. Looking at the pitching props here, we're playing Holmes of the Mets to go over 4.5 strikeouts. But we're taking Lord of the Nationals to go under 3.5 Ks today. Moving along, we have the Texas Rangers in San Francisco taking on the Giants. Texas is favored here. San Francisco is the home dogs today. They're the home underdogs. And we're playing San Francisco plus the 1.5 points. The game total is set at 8, and we like the over in this one. Over 8 total points. Looking at our hitting props, I should say. We're playing 2 Giants today. We're taking Chapman as well as Fitzgerald of the San Francisco Giants to both have 2 total bases. Looking at our pitching props, Mejia of the Texas Rangers. We're playing him to go over 4.5 Ks. Ray of the San Francisco Giants. We're playing him to go under 5.5 strikeouts today. Continuing along, we got the Philadelphia Phillies in Chicago taking on the Cubs. The Cubs taking the first one yesterday at home. The Cubs are the home dogs again today, and we're playing the Cubs on the money line. The game total is set at 7, and we're taking the over today. We're taking over 7 total points. On to our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're taking Bryce Harper of the Phillies, and we're taking Kyle Tucker of the Cubs. Moving on to our pitching props. And we're playing both starting pitchers to go over their line. Both of their lines are at 5.5. And we're playing Luzardo of the Phillies to go over 5.5 Ks, as well as Brown of the Cubs to go over 5.5 strikeouts today. We move along. We have the White Sox in Sacramento taking on the Athletics. The Athletics taking this one yesterday. The game went exactly how we said it was going to go. But today we are playing the Athletics as they're favored to cover the 1.5 point spread. The game total is set at 9. And we're playing the over again. Over 9 total points. Onto our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're taking Benintendi of the Chicago White Sox, and we're taking Brent Rooker of the Athletics. Then we look at our pitching props here, and we're playing Cannon of the White Sox to go over 3.5 Ks, and we're taking Springs of the Athletics to go under 5.5 strikeouts today. On after that, we have the Houston Astros in Kansas City taking on the Royals. The Royals yesterday were the home dogs. Today, we're playing Houston on the money line. The game total is set at 8, and we like the over in this one. Over 8 total points. Moving on to our hitting props, and we're playing 2 Astros today. We're taking Yordan Alvarez as well as Altuve of the Houston Astros. Then we move on to the pitching props here, and we're taking Valdez of the Houston Astros to go over 4.5 strikeouts. Wacha of the Kansas City Royals, we're playing him to go under 4.5 Ks today. All right, as we continue along, the Atlanta Braves in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. The Braves handled the D-backs yesterday. Today, the Diamondbacks are favored at home, so we're playing the road dogs. We're taking Atlanta on the money line. The game total is set at 9.5, and we like the over in this one. Over 9.5 total points. Onto our hitting props, 2 total bases. We'll be playing Riley of the Atlanta Braves and Pavin Smith of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Then we move on to our pitching props here. And we're playing Holmes of the Braves to go over 4.5 strikeouts, but we're taking Kelly of the Arizona Diamondbacks to go under 4.5 Ks today. Alrighty, on after that, we got the Tampa Bay Rays in San Diego taking on the Padres. Tampa Bay winning this one yesterday. They shut out the Padres, a 1-0 win. Today we're playing San Diego on the money line. The game total is set at 7, and we like the over in this one. Over 7 total points. We move on to our hitting props. We're playing 2 Padres here. We're taking Fernando Tatis Jr. as well as Bogarts to both have 2 total bases. Looking at our pitching props here, and we're taking Ryan Pepiot of the Tampa Bay Rays to go over 5.5 Ks. We're taking Dylan Cease of the Padres to go under 6.5 strikeouts. Alrighty, on after that, we got a game that we actually got wrong yesterday. The Pittsburgh Pirates in Los Angeles taking on the Dodgers. Paul Skeens shut out the Dodgers yesterday. Today, we are playing the Dodgers on the money line. The game total is set at 8, and we like the over in this one. Over 8 total points. Onto our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're taking Reynolds of the Pittsburgh Pirates and Freeman of the LA Dodgers to both have 2 total bases here. Onto our pitching props, and we're taking the overs for both starting pitchers. Both of their lines are at 4.5. We're taking Sasuke of the Dodgers to go over 4.5 Ks and Keller of the Pittsburgh Pirates to go over 4.5 strikeouts as well. On after that, we have the Miami Marlins in Seattle taking on the Mariners. I got this game wrong, but you guys know, I tell you guys all the time, this Miami team is good. They're much better than they were last year in the few years. They have bats too. They can put up some runs. Today, though, we're playing Seattle as their favorite at home to cover the 1.5 point spread. The game total is set at 7.5, and we're playing over 7.5 today. On to our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're taking our boy Wagaman of the Miami Marlins and Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners, both to have 2 total bases. On to our pitching props, and we're taking the overs for both starting pitchers here. We're taking Castillo of the Seattle Mariners to go over 6.5 Ks, and we're playing Gillespie of the Miami Marlins to go over 4.5 Ks. Alright, before we forget, our 2 makeup games being played today, both of them being played at 6 o'clock. We have the Boston Red Sox and Cleveland, the second of the doubleheader, and we're playing Boston on the money line in the 6 o'clock game today. The game total is set at 8, and we're playing over 8 total runs. For our hitting props, 2 total bases, we're taking Devers as well as Bregman of the Red Sox. Onto our pitching props, and we're taking Buehler to go over 3.5 Ks, and I think you pronounce his name Nick Hazy of the Cleveland Guardians. We're taking him to go under 4.5 Ks here. On to the final game. Well, it's not the final game of the day, but the last game we'll be doing. It's the Baltimore Orioles in Detroit, the second of the doubleheader. Again, these games both start at 6 o'clock. And we're playing Detroit on the money line again. So we have Boston and Cleveland splitting the doubleheader today, but we have Detroit winning both. And in this one, like I said, we're playing Detroit on the money line. The game total is set at 8.5, and we're playing under 8.5 total points. For our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're taking Green of the Detroit Tigers. We're taking Adley Rutschman of the Baltimore Orioles. Then we look at our pitching props, and officially only 1 starting pitcher is listed here, and it's Morton of the Baltimore Orioles, and we're playing him to go under 4.5 Ks. Alrighty, guys, before we get up out of here, our $2 parlay plays of the day. The first one we'll start off with is our pitching props parlay, and we start off with New York Mets starting pitcher Holmes to go over his line. We're going to Milwaukee Brewers starting pitcher Priester to go over his line. We're playing Cannon of the White Sox to go over his line. Senzatella of the Colorado Rockies to go over his line. And Wacha of the Kansas City Royals to go under his line. All 5 of those gentlemen and $1 parlay should pay around $25 to $35 depending which site you're using and how the odds move around what time of the day you place this bet. On after that, we have our hitting props parlay. 2 total bases. We're playing Ellie De La Cruz of the Cincinnati Reds, Fernando Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres, Kyle Tucker of the Cubs, Lindor of the Mets, and Trout of the Los Angeles Angels. All 5 of those gentlemen in a dollar parlay should pay around $25 as well. Both of these dollar bets have very good odds. Once again, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I truly appreciate you guys. Good luck to everyone today. I hope you win some money, and I hope to catch you on the next one.